This is the Pantech Flex, which is now available on AT&T for $50 with a 2-year contract. This is its standard user interface, which looks a lot like stock ice cream sandwich, but if you look closely, you'll find some really cool additions. This includes toggles in the notification tray and the ability to add additional apps to the app tray. You'll also find a customizable launcher that lets you sort and hide individual apps, as well as create groups to place them in. There's even an option to change up the style of the icons. This is another interface known as Easy Experience, which looks a lot simpler, but it's also based on Android 4.0. Anyone who finds Ice Cream Sandwich a bit overwhelming might appreciate the minimalistic approach here, but Easy Experience is particularly well suited to the elderly, which offers large type and a one-screen launcher that can't be modified. It's also designed in a way so as to minimize the need for scrolling. Even with its minimalistic design, there's a lot of functionality that's available within the Easy Experience, and we like it a lot. Unlike most smartphones on the market, the Pantech Flex is targeted to broke college students and technophobes just the same. But is it up to the task? The Flex replaces the Pantech Burst at AT&T, which was previously the go-to smartphone for those unable to afford a lot but unwilling to sacrifice performance. In this regard, the Flex carries along the torch admirably. It now boasts a dual-core 1.5 GHz Snapdragon S4, which is the very same that you'll find within top-tier offerings such as the One X and Galaxy S3. It certainly proved that it could run with the big dogs in our benchmark tests, and is every bit as responsive in the real world. We're also quite fond of its Super AMOLED display, which is bright, vibrant, and offers excellent viewing angles. It measures 4.3 inches diagonally with QHD resolution. QHD may not seem like a huge step beyond WVGA, but it's able to display a lot more content on the screen, which is really welcome when you're browsing the web or reading an email. As you can see, there aren't any navigation buttons on the front of the phone. Instead, you'll find them on the display when they're needed. The Flex also packs an 8-megapixel autofocus camera on the rear, which is accompanied by an LED flash. Up front, you'll find a 2-megapixel camera for snapping photos of yourself. Unfortunately, the primary camera is pretty hit and miss. More often than not, you're not going to be happy with the results. The camera software isn't very robust either, and even worse, it's prone to crashing the entire phone. Right-handed folks probably aren't going to appreciate the placement of the power button, which is a bit lower than where your thumb would naturally rest. To make matters even worse, that's exactly where the micro USB port is, which means that you may just clog it up with gunk over time. Problems aside, the Pantech Flex remains an excellent value and offers a lot for the money on AT&T. You're just going to have to make a decision on how important that camera is to you. This is Zach with Engadget signing off. To read our full review of the Pantech Flex, be sure to visit engadget.com.